1949 Union Pacific dormitory lounge car.
Oh, nice.
So people would have their seats somewhere else, and then they just come here and sit and relax, have a drink, have a smoke, play cards, read, look out the window.
Oh, that's
And they
neat.
could press the button here, and the steward comes out of the bar area, takes your order, goes back, fixes you your drink, brings it out to you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, great
That's
service. So the furniture is all original. It did originally have those little horizontal blinds that they all fell apart. So we just replaced them with normal little curtains.
Oh, okay.
And then these are not, it's just to protect the furniture from the sun. And of course, the TV is not original.
Oh, okay.
And that's the bar area where the steward worked. It's a mess, but you can kind of get the general idea.
Alright.
And I love the floor, so if they spilled anything, it just falls right through.
Okay.
Take a little hose at the end of the day and hose it down. Storage area for the bar. And then the door leading outside, they could just, at the station, just bring things in, no problem.
Oh, that's neat.
So dormitory lounge, so that's the lounge part. This is the dormitory part, where the
okay.
workers slept. So got a couple rooms. This is the way it would be set up. Six guys. I figure probably 3 on, 3 off. You know, you were either working or sleeping.
Okay.
No time to sit and watch TV, right?
Right.
This is the steward's quarters. He was the boss, so he got a private room and private toilet.
Nice.
And the sink lifts up, the toilet lifts up, the door closes. You know, so you don't have to look at that all day long. It's you know, it's very, very efficient.
Okay.
Same era, Union Pacific. This is a cafe lounge car. So same idea with the cafe part of it. And then, with the lounge part, and this is the cafe part.
Oh, okay.
So kind of a more casual dining, burgers, sandwiches, that kind of thing, rather than the steak dinner with the formal everything. This is not original dishware, but it's kind of that style. These two, with the Flying Yankee on them, would be original pieces.
Nice.
I can imagine it. They were beautiful, just beautiful. And the passengers filled out their own menus. So they would write down what they wanted. Waiter comes by, picks it up, brings the food back.
All right.
So our cars are in constant state of repair. You can see how some of the windows are going to need to be replaced. That just over time they stop working, or people throw rocks. We get broken windows sometimes. It's a real shame.
Yeah.
And then you can also have counter service, where you can just sit here at the counter and order. These are not original either, but we just replaced them, the stools, with things of that same vintage, kind of the same style.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. And then the kitchen area, we'll be able to see it from the other side. See easily from here, the same floor I was talking about. And then everything super efficient. So the pipes ran under the stove heated the water. The water was then used to wash the dishes. You got this whole wonderful system here.
All right.
And then this is a 1942 caboose. They called it the War Baby because it was built during World War II.
Oh.
And so the inside is all wood, where normally it would be metal, but during the war they were using the metal for tanks and bullets and all that stuff.
Oh,
so
okay.
a lot of things were made out of wood. Cabooses were the office for the conductor. So the conductor had his own desk where he did his work, his paperwork. He might talk to the other workers. It was not for sleeping. Sometimes people say, oh, they slept in the caboose. They didn't sleep in the caboose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Stove, this one's a coal stove used for heat, not so much for cooking. But for heat, you can imagine how cold it would get in here, during the winter. The cupolas, oops, he's coming through again.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
But anyway, the firemen sat up there, and they look out the window and just constantly checking to see if there's any problems. Sometimes the sparks would start a fire, and so then they could, see the problem, call the engineer to stop, or take care of it.
Oh, okay.
So that's what those were for. This little area was just added on. It was an Eagle Scout project, so sometimes we'll have a meeting out here, sit outside. We've had birthday parties, sit and watch the trains.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And then this is the sleeper car, a Pullman. It's called the Palm Leaf. They named a lot of these cars. The Santa Fe 1951. Somebody in that,
Oh, okay.
Car there. So we're going to be stepping into what they call a double bedroom or a family room. There'd be enough room for, I think, 4 people to sleep.
Nice.
These next ones are all set up.
We can just step in.
This one's set up a little bit differently. It's half and half.
So it's set up for the daytime. So you see a little sofa, a little chair. It's got its own private bathroom.
Ooh, nice.
Small, but adequate. Same thing with the sink that pulls down. The sink pulls down and you can wash your hands and then you push it back up again. It's got its own closet behind here. And then this door opens and shuts. So like if you want to put the kids to sleep and you want to stay up, you can close that off. And then you'll see later in the next one how they set it up. This pulls out into a bed, this pulls down, this pulls out, and that's how you sleep, people in here.
Nice.
Every room had its own controller, and later they added air conditioning, but originally there wasn't air conditioning in here. But you could call the porter, you could turn on the fan, you could control things yourself.
Okay.
They'll say it reminds them of an RV. Everything is tight, but you've got room for everything.
Yep.
So this is what it would look like set up. It's kind of reverse, but you get the idea of that was the seat down at the bottom, right? Then they folded it down, pulled down the bed. A little ladder to climb up there. And then you can kind of see what it looks like with the door closed there.
Oh, okay.
Same idea. You have a little light you can control from your bed, and you just turn it off when you're ready to go to sleep.
Ooh, sounds very nice.
I've done the trip a few times on Amtrak. It's a similar setup. It's very fun. Very fun to lie there, and you look out the window, and the bed, and everything's moving. It's nice.
Yeah, sounds nice.
And then the next section is what they call the roomette, or the economy room. This would be for one person.
Oh, okay.
So you can see right here what it looks like during the daytime. It's got one chair, and then that thing is the toilet.
Oh,
Step in if you will. That opens up to be the toilet. This pulls down to be the sink. You can also get water here, get your little cup, get a little drink of water, use the mirror. And they've all got a door, so you can shut the door completely, or you can just pull the curtains, or you can do both.
Oh, okay.
And then this is what it looks like during the nighttime with the bed set up. So you can see you don't have any room to do anything other than sleep. If you want to get out of bed, you're in the hall.
Okay.
So this car was eventually sold to a private party, and he used it, for events and stuff. So they did add in, at one point they added a shower, and we've now turned it into it's going to be a library. And they also added a kitchen. This was not original either.
Oh, that's neat.
But, if you have people staying on, then they can come in and get a cup of coffee or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then there'd be one toilet at the very end. So in the middle of the night you have to go. You don't have to pull your whole bed up in order to get there.
Jim behind you with somebody else?
I don't know. I did not see anybody else.
Hello.
Look at all the different steps. These have seats, seat belts, they have all these bars, they've got an air brake system.
And then this is our oldest caboose, 1929, the Santa Fe Way car. So same idea. You got the desk for the conductor. You've got chairs for people to come in and sit. You have a heater, and lots of bars for holding on. If you think about a caboose at the end of the train, how much it would move. And there were apparently a lot of injuries from people falling. Ooh. So they have these bars everywhere, so that if you're walking, you don't have a problem.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Conductor has his own private restroom. And then same idea with the cupolas. Where the firemen would sit.
Oh, okay.
And then it's interesting, this one is the oldest, but it's got the most stuff. If you look around, there's there's seat belts on the chairs. There's comfortable seats that are padded. The desk is pretty big. Everything's nice. And then you get to the 1961 caboose, and it's all kind of bare.
Oh.
You'd think it would get better as time went on, and I think they just were trying to save money, so they gave you fewer and fewer things.
Oh, okay.
And of course, every car had its own brake. So there's a braking system for the whole train, but each car has a brake in itself, just in case of some emergency.
Oh, okay.
So this, again, you can see, less stuff. Chairs aren't quite as comfy. Not as many, no bar around the stove. And then as trains got taller, pretty soon those cupolas didn't work anymore because you couldn't build them any higher. So they built these kind of bay window and just push it out, and then they could sit at the edge and look out the window that way. No, excuse me.
Okay.
And then call, there's a place to call up to the engineer. And I love this, I guess the original Sparkletts water cooler, right? And then these little things are speeders. They're just individual little car that has a gasoline motor. And they were used to inspect the track. So you'd have 1 or 2 workers just go up and down the track and fix anything or pick up stuff that fell.
Oh, okay.
Look at baggage carts. Original baggage carts that were used to bring people's luggage back and forth.
Oh, I
Nice.
see the wheels.
Is it Apple Pay?
She has a square.
Is it square? They got a pin. They have a pin? You have it.
And then we finally got these signals working. It's
Nice.
fun to have the real flashing signals.
Yeah, our son collects. They have pins.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Great.